It's that MIC back once again here on the Mr. Impact Trig YouTube channel, and we are going to be previewing the upcoming Rebellion pay-per-view coming this Saturday, Sunday if you're in the UK, 420, the 20th of April, Rebellion live from the Palms Casino in Las Vegas. A lot to get through, a stacked card, but let's kick things off and get straight into it with the matches announced for the countdown to Rebellion, starting with Knockouts World Tag Team Championship action with Spitfire, Danny Luna and Jody Threat defending against Decay of Havoc and Rosemary, this being Havoc and Rosemary's contractually obligated rematch for these tag team titles. Spitfire surprising most people by picking them up against MK Ultra. Of course, MK Ultra are on a bit of a hiatus with Killer Kelly taking some time off to do some personal things. I'm sure you've seen the rumours is of a horror film, which I'll be interested to watch that. I'm not a massive horror movie fan, but that sounds like it should be quite interesting. My prediction for this, it's difficult to call because I'm not entirely sure how it could go. The Knockouts tag titles seem to have flip-flopped quite a bit. I'm not sure if they'll do it again because realistically, there's not a lot of challenges for these tag team titles. I don't know if there's any plans to bring anyone in. We haven't really seen much of any challenges revealing themselves besides Marsha Slamovich and potentially Alicia Edwards, which I've got to say I'm not the biggest fan of. I think I discussed it on my preview for Impact last week. This one doesn't, in terms of Marsha and Alicia teaming up together, I'm not that invested in it, but we'll have to see how it plays out. But as far as this match goes on the countdown, I'm going to go with a Spitfire retain, Danny Luna and Jody Threat, because I think they have to keep them on them a little bit longer. There's not a lot of competition for these tag team titles, which has been the case for some time, really, when it comes to the Knockouts tag team division. It hasn't exactly had the best of depth in terms of teams. We've had a few coming in and out, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Spitfire, and hopefully more can come of this. But Spitfire to retain the Knockouts Tag Team Championships. Then the next match announced for the pre-show, honestly, a match I'm really looking forward to. It is the Rascals of Trey Miguel, Zachary Wentz, and the young goat Myron Reed teaming up against the former TNA Tag Team Champions ABC, Ace Austin, and Chris Bay. And making his debut in the States, it's the youngest in charge, it's Leon Slater, and my goodness, I am looking forward to this match. Leon Slater he's so good. And ABC, again, I really like this pairing of the ABC and Leon Slater. Combining that against the Rascals, who back as a 3 in Impact TNA. This is just going to be a banger. As far as prediction goes, I've got to go with Leon Slater and ABC. I have to. I think they're although it could lead to a Rascals win, again progressing that potential split of the ABC. But I don't want to see Leon Slater lose, because if you follow me on socials, you'd see my prediction that within a year, Leon Slater will be X Division champion, and I don't want to see him lose. Although if he doesn't pick up the win, I suppose if he doesn't get pinned, then I suppose it's not as bad as straight up losing. But I'm going with my gut, and I'm going with Leon Slater and the ABC to pick up the win on the countdown. Now let's go to the main show, and let's kick things off with Joe Hendry versus Rich Swann. Rich Swann, of course, having AJ Francis in his corner for this one. I'm predicting a Joe Hendry win. I'm liking the way this feud's going. Rich Swann, this portrayal of this new character he's got, with AJ Francis combined with that, it's a good to watch. It's a good watch. It's good to watch. I like the pairing, the name First Class, and of course it's another addition to the tag team division. But Joe Hendry has to get his payback on Rich Swann for the shot with the chair. And yeah, I think Joe Hendry will win this one, and I'm also predicting we get a little song from Joe Hendry. I'm predicting a Joe Hendry win here. I don't imagine them, it should be a good match, but by the looks of his card, it's got a lot to match up to. Joe Hendry and Rich Swann are more than capable of putting on an absolute banger. And of course, you got the addition of AJ Francis, TNA Francis, at ringside for Rich. I think it should be a decent match, and I'm looking forward to the story progressing, and maybe this goes for a couple more matches, but I'm predicting a song from Joe Hendry and the win from Joe Hendry, because as we all know, we believe in Joe Hendry. Next up, we're going to go to a potential match of the night contender. It's a last man standing match between Josh Alexander and Hammerstone. Again, I've really been enjoying this feud, and it's the heel persona of Hammerstone. He's really drawn some attention to this and in his side we're seeing of him. Obviously, we've seen it before in other companies, but yeah, I like this video. I wasn't keen on it when it first started. I knew we were gonna have great matches, and when Hammerstone turned at Sacrifice? I've been saying pay-per-views. I think Sacrifice. Or No Surrender, whichever one it was. If you can remind me. It piqued my interest more than just two wrestlers having a wrestling match. It's progressed into a story of Hammerstone wanting to essentially take Josh's spot as the face of the company. Josh not wanting to give it up, just wanting to have real competition. Hammerstone taking the headgear as a trophy. All great stuff. Just lifting Tommy Dreamer up and putting him on the torture rack was fantastic. Using the headgear and putting it on the security and whoever else. I like it a lot. But it's the rubber match. I feel as though Hammerstone would benefit more from a win here. But I'm gonna go with Josh to pick up the win here. I think I don't fully know why, but I've just got this feeling Josh is gonna win. like I said, it is more for Hammerstone to win, but I just have this feeling Josh Alexander's going to win. But what comes next, I don't know, because they're finishing with the last man standing, so it can't continue from here, because this is just a natural finish to what's been arguably a good rivalry, and honestly, a proper feud is something TNA Impact at the time was kind of lacking. It was all centered around title feuds, and there wasn't many personal feuds, and Hammerstone and Josh have made this really work to the point where I'm invested in this match, and I want Josh to win. Whether he will is another story, but I believe Josh Alexander will pick up the W. The next up, we'll go to the Knockouts World Championship match. Jordynne Grace defending against Steph Delanda with Matt Cardona in her corner. I'm going with the Juggernaut win. Again, they've made it interesting in the short space of time they've had to get the hype up for this match. The contract signing did wonders for it. But I'm going with Jordynne Grace. I think there's a realm of possibility where Steph Delanda does win, but I don't know how long the Indie God and Goddess, the Deathmatch King and Queen, I don't know how long it's sticking around for. Obviously, we know at least Matt Cardona's on the TV tapings after Rebellion, so I guess I have to wait and see where this leads. But no, the Juggernaut, Jordynne Grace, to retain the Knockouts World Championship in this one. Let's go on to, again, another potential match of the night. It's Full Metal Mayhem. Eric Young versus Frankie Kazarian. Again, it's been a really good feud. Yeah, it's kind of dropped in and out a bit because they haven't had much interaction in terms of TV time. But it's been a very good feud, and I'm going to go with the king of TNA, Frankie Kazarian, to pick up a win against EY. I just feel like this would be a nice place to start for Frankie to go and take a run for the TNA World Championship. I think it's time. Frankie Kazarian should be TNA World Champion. Although that's the good thing I find about this card, is that there's possibilities for every person to win. I don't see an out and out match where there's only one winner in this. I can see it from both sides, but as I said, it's a good place to start to put Frankie Kazarian in the world title picture. Don't know how it's going to go if he goes straight into it with Moose. Two heels, I'm not that. I mean, I'm sure the match is going to be great, but the king of TNA, Frankie Kazarian, against Moose, like, it's just going to be shenanigans non-stop. So I think it has to kind of be a face-heel dynamic. And we'll get into it more in the main event, but I can picture some stuff happening. But I'm going to go with Kazarian to pick up a win in Full Metal Mayhem. So let's take it now to the X Division Championship. Jake Something is taking on the champion in Mustafa Ali. And of course, just to remind everyone that in Ali we trust. Yes, I'm going to go with a championship retention in this one. Should be a banger of a match. I want to talk about Ali for a minute. He's taken so much pride in this X Division Championship that it it I don't want it to end. You know, it's obviously contracts in TNA are all over the place. I don't know. It seemed to be just a paper appearance deal for Ali. Again, I don't know the ins and outs of it. I don't pretend to know the ins and outs of it. What I do know is that I don't want this reign to end. Ali has taken so much pride in his X Division Championship reign. You know, being on the cover of PWI magazine, defending it everywhere, wearing it with pride, taking it to New Japan, wearing it with pride. You know, having banger after banger in almost every country. From Robbie X at Rev Pro to Amazing Red over WrestleMania weekend. Like, I don't get me wrong, in that match there was a real part of me that wanted Red to win it, but kind of knew he never was. And as much as I like Jake Something, I need Ali to retain and continue this run, because I'm such a big fan of Ali, and he's already making history in being the first person to win the X Division Championship in their debut for the company. I have to go with Ali. But again, like I said, with this card, every match seems to be able to have a chance of going either way. I like Jake Something, and he'll definitely be X Division champion. But I guess I'm going with Ali because I want Ali to retain. And I want to see this play out more. So now we'll go to the World Tag Team Championships. The System, Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers defending against Speedball Mountain in Speedball Matt Bailey and Trent Seven. I think Speedball Mountain pick up the win. Partly for similar reasons with the Knockouts Tag Team division, is that there's not an awful lot of depth in this division. But unlike Spitfire, I think, unlike for Spitfire rather, I think Speedball Mountain winning and the System having such a quick reign, they can continue it as a feud with the System, fighting to get their titles, fighting for their rematch, and potentially winning it in their rematch at whatever the next show after Rebellion is going to be. Think, what is it? Under Siege in Albany. So in May. So yeah, it could leave that System on the poster for it, but I think Speedball Mountain are going to win and become TNA World Tag Team Champions, putting Mike Bailey one championship away from being a Triple Crown winner and giving Trent his first title in TNA. And now let's go to the main event, or what actually won't be the main event, but given who's in this, it's got to be the main event. Singles match for the TNA World Championship. Moose representing the System versus the Wanted Man Nick Nemeth. And although I think it's too soon, I'm gonna say Nemeth to win the TNA World Championship. As I said, I think it's a bit too soon, but are they really just gonna not do it? Like, he's there. I think, again, it sucks because, like, Moose, hasn't had the longest reign, and his previous reign wasn't that long either. But I just think Nemeth is going to win this one. I can't fully explain it, but I just think TNA are going to pull the trigger on it. And to go back to the Kazarian thing, this gives an in for Kazarian to challenge Nemeth it's basically the same reason Macklin went after Nemeth. You came from here, you're trying to be successful here, you want to take our spots here, you want to take the championship and to springboard you back over there. I'm the king of TNA, I'm going to take that title from you. It makes sense. So yes, Moose to lose the TNA World Championship to Nick Nemeth. I can't say any more than that. I think TNA are going to do it. I think they'll pull the trigger on Nemeth, and then we'll have to wait and see what happens as a whole for the reign of Nick Nemeth. So there we have it. That's the preview for TNA Rebellion coming this Saturday, so Sunday morning, 4:20, 20th of April. Looks like it's going to be a great card. As I said, the 6-man tag on the countdown is going to be great. Full Metal Mayhem and Last Man Standing, I'm predicting, as those 3 matches could fight out for the match of the night, and I'm here for every little bit of it. Let me know what you think is going to happen at Rebellion, who you think is going to walk out as world champions in both men's and women's divisions, knockouts and men's title. Do you think we're going to get any new champions? Do you think we're going to retain? What match are you looking forward to the most? Let me know in the comments. And of course, don't forget to follow me here, there, everywhere. Facebook. No, not so much Facebook now. X, TikTok, Instagram. Subscribe here on YouTube. It really helps. I know it. I can see the people watching aren't subscribed, and it really helps. So I appreciate you watching. If you could just click that subscribe button, it does wonders for the channel, and we get more people out there watching, and more people following TNA. Let's do it. We need TNA. We want TNA to succeed. So yeah, drop me a subscribe. Drop a comment as well of any videos you want to see me do. And just enjoy TNA wrestling. I appreciate you all. I've been the MIC. Until next time. Goodbye, my friends.